Hello, everyone. I'm Sean O'Hara from Agency 2525, and I'm at the Shoal Center in Sydney, wrapping up another meeting of the Sydney Breakfast Club. And the topics this week, we had a panel discussion with Chris Litchie from Rainhouse Manufacturing, and Rob Cooper, our friend from Plus ROI and What Works Marketing, and Kevin Amati, who's from UVic, from the Dynamics and Digital Manufacturing Research Lab. Some of the discussion was, how do we use AI to improve efficiencies? That was the topic, AI. And I love AI. Part of what came out, and this has been a theme in other panel discussions that we have, is that Canada has a big problem that we are not talking enough about. How do we improve productivity? The recent tariffs, they didn't create these problems, but they've highlighted the issues. They've highlighted the efficiencies. They've highlighted the problems. And we've covered this in some other discussions here. As an example, our gross domestic product, our GDP, is 21st in the world. 21st, which is horrible for all of our potential. We have enough resources and enough potential to be in the top 5 in the world, and we're 21st. And we're not talking about this lack of productivity, this lack of efficiency. How do we use AI to improve our efficiencies? And as a marketer, I'm very interested in this, and I'll touch on that in a moment. So Chris, for example, related as an engineer how he used AI because it has all the manuals of their equipment, all the notes, all of the best practices and so on, everything about their equipment. And he used ChatGPT on a problem, basically had a conversation with it, and it came up with a solution that worked. And that's fantastic. That's using his expertise. That's using AI. Rob talked about how we differentiate ourselves when everyone has the same tools. Like everybody has access to AI, and I love AI, and I use it as a tool to make me more efficient. I love my framing nailer too. It's another tool that makes me more efficient. But I cringe sometimes when others talk about how they use it because its output can't be trusted. Kevin explained that if AI writes a report for you, you have to verify it. If you're an expert in the field and it writes a report for you, you can verify it because you're an expert. That's an efficiency. If you don't know the field, if you don't know the industry, it's not going to work. So I use AI. In fact, I'm an AI marketing strategist to trades and local services businesses. So how do I use AI? Well, you might think marketing is advertising and all I do is create advertisements for you using AI, which is the truth. Or I could do your social media using AI. No, that's also so far from the truth. You might think marketing, you may think that, say that marketing and advertising, well, you could do it, but you're at capacity, your book's solid, and it's just not worth it for you to invest in marketing. That's the narrow view. Think of marketing as what you can do to improve, to be more efficient in your whole process, not just in the ideal clients that you and projects and jobs that you attract, that you bring in, but also throughout your whole process of dealing with them and in your business processes. What can make you more efficient? Efficiency means making more money and keeping more money. As an example, are you getting a steady stream of referrals? Do you have a process in place for getting referrals? When I often ask people about how they get referrals, I'm told, well, if we do a good job, we'll get referrals. Really? I'll let you in on a secret. Everybody says that. They all say, yeah, we do a good job, we'll get referrals. If that was working for everybody, well, there's a 50% failure rate among businesses. So partly, are they all doing a poor job, which I highly doubt, or this concept of we just do a good job and we'll get referrals without any system in place just doesn't work. Obviously, I bring a variety of tools. Some are AI-based and others are just old-fashioned, tried and true methods to help you be more efficient, more effective, to improve your business operations. Yes, to get more referrals, to get more projects, more ideal projects from people that you want to work with, not just the bread and butter, but I'm talking about the ideal projects. And ultimately, how to make more money and how to keep more money. So if you're, I don't know if I'd say happy, but maybe relatively satisfied with your client flow and the jobs you're getting, but you want to be keeping more money and you want to be more efficient. So if you're more efficient, you improve efficiency, you get to keep more money, which is more money in your pocket. Contact me, Sean, agency2525.com.